Welcome everyone! We're awake! We're awake! We're in the Minecraft world! We're gonna work. We're gonna wander. With any luck, we're gonna wow. And so away we go! What's up, people? Hello, 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 hello! Welcome back to Minecraft. Let's get some W's in the chat. Let's get some W's in the chat for the W intro. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful weekday. Let's get some W's in the chat if you're having a wonderful weekday. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Vanilla Survival Bedrock Edition realm. Here we are. We're looking out at our wonderful, spooky village, which we have slowly been finishing up. Very exciting. I'm very excited about it. I'm excited about all sorts of things. Let's make sure we got game audio on. Okay, here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Hope everyone's been having a wonderful time. Been too long since I last streamed. Too long. But we got some fun stuff to do today. Some very fun things. I hope they will be very fun. And we can start by changing our music over to something a bit more chill. Because now we're through the dramatic, intense intro section. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Will Awake, of course. We're in the Bedrock Edition Vanilla Survival realm. Welcome back. Welcome back. Some fun things have been going on. I think we have some very fun things to do today. Some fun stuff to show off that I've been working on. So we can just get right into it, but let's just do a nice little fly around the village first. Ooh. We still have some trees to do. Still have some details to add. But man, I think it looks pretty nice. I love it. I love it. Not quite as exciting or impressive in the daytime, I suppose, but you can see it better. So let's just pop over here through the Great Hall into our throne. And let's talk business. Let's talk business. Can I do this? Hey, everybody! Woo! I'm very excited. Very excited for stuff today. Cool. So let's get right into it. One thing that I have been working on, which you may have seen if you saw the YouTube post that I made about it, is Will Awake. Willawa.ke. Will Awake. Check it out. This is not a scam. It's not going to steal your information or give you a virus. It's just a fun thing that I made, even if the link looks maybe a little sketchy. But I, paid good money for a domain name from Kenya for that .ke at the end there. And I think, Will Awake, what's simpler than that? What's simpler than that? And we can check it out together if I've done all of my technology correctly, which is unlikely. If I've done all my technology correctly, we should be able to bring up, let's see, here it is. This is what you get if you go to Will Awake, willawa.ke. Of course, I think you can also just go to willawake.com. It'll take you here too, but use this one. This is the fun link. So this is it. This is the map. I've been working on this on the side to help give you all a bit more context about where we are and what we're doing and what we've been working on in this world. So here it is. This is the Minecraft world. And look at this. You can zoom in. You can look closely at stuff. We started the stream just standing right on here on top of our little church, looking down at the village. Pretty cool if I do say so myself. And of course we've got like videos. You could watch the castle video there. You could watch the village video. You could also watch like a short, right? Pop open a random short. Amazing. I can hear it, but you can't, which is ideal. But look at this, pretty cool, right? And then, of course, we also have, you could click over here. I'll make it a bit bigger. There we go. You could also click over to the end and look at this. This is the end base, right? What is it? Well, watch the We're Moving to Space video if you want to check that out. But we got shorts here too. We got stuff going on. You can look at everything. Look at this. Look at this crazy end base. How fun is that? And then on top of all of that, even more exciting, potentially, is the fact that you can actually go back in time. So if we hide all these little indicators and stuff, we can see, let's jump backwards in time and see the world as it existed when it first started 6 years ago. Look at that. No path to spawn or anything. All we had was this little area right here, which would go on to become the Castle Terrace, of course. This is like an old wooden thing that doesn't exist anymore. Look, we already had a windmill. We already had a windmill that was facing a different direction than it ended up facing. And the style obviously changed. But look, we even have a little bit of the bridges and stuff in the back. And the villager breeder. I was working from day one in this world. But look, and you can watch it evolve. We got the hedge maze in. We got the castle. We got more of the castle, all this stuff. We got the industrial district starting to take form. Oh, yeah, the world gate. How exciting is this? So hopefully this is like a fun thing that you will enjoy looking at. I think it's pretty cool. I like the idea of, you know, being able to see kind of, for all these crazy shorts I've been putting out, like where do they actually take place, you know? Where's this one? Oh, it's right here. Like, where's my sheep farm? There's the sheep farm. It's right there. I think it's very cool. I hope you do too. Check it out. Again, it's just go to Will Awake. Just go to Will Awake. Go to Joe 30330. Will Awake. Just go to Will Awake. So I think that's pretty fun and cool. I have some more ambitions here as well. Right now, all I really have is the kind of main overworld area with the castle and the village and stuff. And the end, of course. But I guess, yeah, let's look at that too. We can look at when the end first started, obviously, this is what it looked like. Flooded some parts of it while fighting the dragon initially, and then didn't touch it for a year. Or years, I guess. But then, yeah, 2023, I did it. I built most of the crazy spaceship storage system. And there are little things that I change over time. Like you can see, there's just some little additions, including the thing you can't see, which is building the entire automated factory thing underneath. But yeah, there's lots of cool stuff here. I want to add more. I want to add the casino. I think next update, we're going to be working in the casino a lot more. So I'll definitely have to add that in here. There's also some other areas. You know, I showed the haunted house one time. We'll have to go back there someday. That'll be fun. And yeah, you know, some other areas, there's like, oh, the other thing I was thinking actually was for something like the castle, which, you know, it's a little hard to tell from just like a bird's eye view because there's so many different levels to it and different areas. Like, I'm thinking that I want to make some kind of way to click into this and actually be able to see each floor and what's on each floor and like get a little bit more of a sense of where you are and what you're doing that way. So hopefully that works. I think it'll be fun. And yeah, check it out. One more time, last time, that's just go to Will Awake. Just go to Will Awake with the dot between the A and the K. Just check it out. Yeah, so that's that. You know, no, not a sponsor. I don't get anything out of that. I just think it's cool. So here we are back in Minecraft. Here we are. I want to check in on something that I haven't really shown too much. I think I showed it one time. I guess we should probably sleep, but we don't have to do that yet. We can go hang out up here for a little bit. But if we go all the way up to this tower at the very top of the castle, that's where I keep our little progress indicators for all the different projects that we have going. And I want to do a little bit of a walkthrough of these and like a little bit of an audit of them and maybe change some of the colors if they're not up to date. So let's grab some, what are these, dark oak? Let's grab some dark oak signs. We'll grab some dyes. Thankfully, I have all of this stuff right available to me. We got light green, we got red, we got yellow. I think those are the colors we're using. And then do I have any glow ink around? I hope so. I sure do. Nice. Okay, yeah, so let's see. This is all I need. I guess I'll craft a couple signs. So All right, if I need more, we'll do that. So let's take a look. And I guess I will sleep just so that we can actually look out and see the stuff that I'm talking about. Oh. Here we go, another beautiful day in Minecraft. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, yeah, so basically the way I have this little eerie area organized is the signs that are going around the outside here are basically, the idea is they're directly pointing to something that you can see, or at least is kind of just off in the distance right here. So that's pretty cool, I think. And then the ones on the inside are pointed to, kind of pointed roughly towards things that are way off in the distance somewhere, like some other bigger project that's more remote. So let's go around the outside one first. And right, like if we want, we could look at the map and kind of see, right? We're standing right up here. Right? We're standing right here and we're just looking around at the whole world. Very fun, very cool. So let's see. Starting with what we're probably all most familiar with, which is the abandoned village. This thing was yellow on here for a long time, but I think we're ready to change this thing to green. I think this is like mostly done. Maybe there's a few more details and stuff that we can do, but I think that's pretty exciting. I'm actually going to move this sign over because it's kind of more right there, right? So I'm going to pop this sign right here. We've got the abandoned village. And since we did so well on this recently, I'm going to go ahead and make that green. So satisfying. There we go. The abandoned village. Mostly done. Still some more details and stuff. Like I said, I still want to keep changing over some of the trees and things. I want to add some more spooky details and stuff and figure out what to... Still got to figure out what to put in that big empty area. I'm kind of leaning towards like a spooky child's playground kind of a thing that's like empty and abandoned. Or maybe like, you know, or the foundations of like a building that was destroyed or crumbled or something. So that's one thing I'm thinking. But yeah, definitely we're in the green. Like this thing is mostly done. Like in theory, I could never come back to this and I would feel pretty happy with it. Obviously, there's more I want to do. But I want to add another sign right where this one was. So let me create a couple more signs here. And I want to put one right here. I think, yeah, right. That spot is pretty good. And I'm going to call this, Vengeful Spirits. Oh, what does that mean? Is that how you spell vengeful? 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 How do you spell vengeful? Is there an E in there? Vengeful? Vengeful. There is indeed an E in vengeful. Exciting. Vengeful Spirits. So yeah, we're going to do... This is not started at all, so we're getting a red. But I have an idea for something over there, and it's because I found... I'll give you a little bit of a sneak preview of what I'm thinking here. I found an area deep underground over there with 3 cave spider spawners that are all like right next to each other. So, you know, we've already got a spider cave project going. We'll get to that as we go around this circle. So I don't want to do just like another spider thing, especially because you'll see today, we're going to do some very exciting spider-based stuff. But I had the idea, and this is still very much a work in progress, can be workshopped, but like I had the idea that maybe splashing the cave spiders with invisibility would make a meaningfully different experience. Because when you make a spider invisible, their eyes, their red glowing eyes still show up. So I'm thinking some kind of interactive experience. I don't know exactly what this is going to look like yet, but some kind of interactive experience where you get a bunch of red glowy eye demons chasing you, ghosts, ghouls, spooky, vengeful spirits chasing you somehow, or you have to go confront them or something. I don't know. Food for thought. If you have any ideas about that, please let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. I think it could be fun, a fun project. But obviously red, because literally have not even started. I just found the area where we could do it, which is like right over there under the ground. So that's exciting. And if we work our way around this way, Ruined wing sightlines. What do I mean by that? Well, if we look at the ruined wing here, which is this part of the castle, you come here from the Great Hall, right? We were just sitting here, but you can come up this way and you get to, ooh, look at that, this ruined wing. And it looks pretty cool, but I feel like there's strong potential for like something up here, right? Something to draw the eye. I'm not exactly sure what that would be. But the other thing we have over here is these little elevators. I haven't really showed this stuff off either, but when you come down here, you get to our secret little hidden grove, which I have not shown, and I'll probably show it in more detail at some point. But I think that's pretty cool. But when you come out of that elevator, you come out right here, and again, it's like an opportunity for an interesting sightline. So I don't really know what to do with that. The other idea that I had was, like, I kind of want to make something like a, I don't know, a giant meteorite or something that like crashed here, which is why like this place is totally destroyed. I don't know. Let me know if you have any ideas about that too. We're brainstorming, we're spitballing today. So I think I'll change that sign to just say ruined wing, because there's more to do there, but I don't know. Where is it? I don't know exactly what that's going to be. And because the ruined, oh, I didn't click that right. And because it's already like built, we'll keep it as yellow. I think that makes sense. Then we have canyon cliff dwellings. This is something, again, something that I haven't really shown. There's just like this one little thing here, but we have this canyon. And I made this little like cliff thing. This leads out, this like links around. I don't know if I'll show this in case I haven't already. Let me clear out my inventory a little bit. But yeah, right down here, we have this little mine shaft. And if we jump down, whoo, here we have our amethyst geode, the little lapidary saw here that we can use, or a gem cutter to grab the gems if we need them from here. And our little LA friend Crystal, who helps us gather them. So I can grab my gem cutter, for instance, and I can just take down one of these. And Crystal right now is holding the full crystals, so didn't do her job. But in theory, if I gave Crystal the correct thing, which is that, then if we try this again, if I chop down one of these crystals, she gives them to me. Amazing. So this is my nice little, this is my like little manual amethyst farm. It's plenty for my purposes. You know, sometimes I have to stand here a little bit and let it grow, but I think it's pretty cool. And then to get out of here, I guess I got to leave the gem cutter. Got to put that back where I found it. And then to get out of here, you can just take this elevator up, which if you take it all the way up, you end up out here, right by kind of the main entrance, the waterfall. But you could also just kind of pop back. Oh! You can also take it right here and then walk right across and get back in here. But yeah, so this is, I had this idea that this whole canyon could have like a bunch of little dwellings along the sides of it or something. I also made this little boat dock here where you can come in, and if you, this guy's gonna kill me. Oh, no trident, sad. I don't want to be wearing that. So you can come here in a boat in theory, and then like kind of like dock here and then get out, and I don't know, maybe have some ladders or something. So that's like totally not done or at all, or really even planned out. And I don't really have a sense of how it fits into the lore or anything, but I think it could be fun. So I'll leave it here for now. So there, we've got our canyon cliff dwellings. I think red is the right color for those. Secret magical painting room, of course. Then we have castle fortifications, which basically what I was thinking with that is there's this there's this big empty area right here, which is totally just torch spam hell currently. And I like the idea of maybe trying to continue what I've got going on here with the watchers on the wall, the zombies, having them have like a back way over here that leads into maybe some like fortifications, some like, you know, barracks for them, or like places for the zombie guards to hang out when they're not on duty. I don't know. Again, very vague idea, not really planned out. So that's something that we could work on at some point. A lot of these things, it's just, you know, you do them when you feel the inspiration to do them. And right now, I haven't cared about the castle fortifications much. So we have that. Zombified Piglin Castle Defense. That is... I'm going to go ahead and say that that's like pretty much done. Like, we have the little mini game there where you can have the zombies, the piglins chase you. And I think instead what I'm going to do is adjust these a little bit. I'm going to change this to say, I'm going to change this to say pirate piglin zombified zombified piglin pirate invasion. And I'm going to change it to yellow because we've got some of that stuff, right? We have the ship coming in. We have some of their little boats. We have like the war tent thing that they set up. Maybe they, you know, salvaged it from another ship that crashed there or something. But I think there's a little bit more to do, obviously, along those lines. But I think that could be fun. But I'll leave it as yellow because it's like partially done. And then I'm going to change this one because if you have been watching my streams, watching my streams, you may have seen I showed at one point a little thing which was a lighthouse that I'm working on designing for right there. So I'm going to change this to lighthouse. And I'm going to make that red because clearly we've got a ton to do there in that it is not done at all. But that's what I really want to do is a big lighthouse right there. And, you know, maybe we are using it to try and ward off the piglins or something. But also, we don't really care about them. They're not much of a threat to us. We are so far technologically superior even to these piglin pirates who've made a ship. So I'm not too worried. And then giant statues. That's another thing I want to do. You can see these two little... I should get out my spyglass. Do I have my spyglass? Do I have a spyglass? I should have a spyglass. Yeah. Also asleep. If you've seen The Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, the first one, there's these two giant statues that they kind of row by at one point. And you can see these two little plinths here, or at least the makings of them. My idea is, you know, the lighthouse would still be way taller, but having two big statues of me and my creative partner in this world, just kind of in a fantasy style. And so that's kind of the entrance to our like little port, and having like a little bit of a port there, but nothing too crazy. So maybe I'll make this say lighthouse slash port. Sure. Great. Lighthouse slash port. All the other places I did the slash at the end, so I'm going to do that here too, just because I want to. Lighthouse slash port. Great. Wonderful. And then let's see, ship slash pirate battle. We move that over there. That's fine. I don't think there's really much to be done in the ship. Actually, I think, no, that's not true at all. The ship interior, the ship details needs to be done. So let's just say ship interior. And the ship interior is not done at all. So I'm making this red. Even though the ship itself is done and looks beautiful, going to do ship interior as red. Villager job station. I don't know if I even care about ever trying to do this. I'll leave this here for now, I guess. But the idea was a little station right here, because this is a villager breeder, and the villagers kind of flow down a water stream like this. And I'm thinking like maybe it'd be fun to have a little station here where you could assign them a job and get them there. But the reality is like I'm not changing what villagers I have very often at all. So I'm not too worried about that. Maybe I'll just get rid of it for now. I could always add it back in if I decide I want to do it. And then let's see, we got roller coaster / airship hangar. I think we're not too far off from that. There's like a little bit. I want to do more roller coaster stuff there. Let's get the spyglass. Because this is the spot, right? The whole roller coaster is done pretty much. You get in here, you go all the way down, blah, 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 blah. There's all sorts of fun twists and turns. But this section right here is just dirt and nothing. And I want to do something interesting there that fits into the theme of the industrial district and stuff. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But I think it's like most of the way there. So I'll call it green, just because so much of the roller coaster is done. Spider Cave coming along. We're going to do some more of that today. Very exciting. And then let's add a new sign, another sign for industrial district. Also very much underway. So I'll make that yellow because like, right, it's coming along. We got these buildings kind of coming together. There's a lot more to do, obviously, but it's not started, right? So I think yellow is okay. Then we have industrial waste. There's this cool spot back here where the water kind of perfectly turns gross, right? So right here, out at the back of this industrial factory, we have this beautiful blue river color, but then we have this murky kind of greenish water right there. And I'm thinking we pollute. We've got this giant industrial district right here. I'm thinking we're polluting out into this lake. It's spreading across there. And that's why the water is discolored there. So not started at all, but I think that would be really fun to do. I'm using all my rockets here. All right, so we got industrial waste. Archmage quarters. That's an interior part of the castle there. It just needs some more detail. I think we talked about that last stream. World gate / trade route. Also like pretty good. It's mostly done. We really just need a little bit more, like we need to connect the path fully up to the industrial district, and that's pretty much it. So this is stuff that we could do. The one thing that definitely does need to be done in there, in the nether, is maybe there's a different sign for that. Is like, I want to do so much more stuff in the nether right inside the world gate. I don't know. If I don't have a sign for that, I may have to make one. Then Dungeon Quest. A huge ambitious project that I have over there by the bamboo farm. We'll see if I ever do it. I think it would be really fun, but it's a huge undertaking, so we'll see. And then we're back to the Vengeful Spirits. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. Do I have one for the nether stuff? No, I'm gonna change this sign because I think the trade route and stuff is like pretty good. I'm gonna change this to Piglin. I'm gonna say Nether Piglin Trading. We'll call it that for now, and I'm gonna change this to red because it's really not done at all. I'll call it a trading hall. Let's call it a trading hall. Or I guess it's bartering. Right? They don't trade, they barter. A Nether Piglin bartering hall. I want to make a really big one inside the world gate there. I think that'd be really fun. I have some ideas, some concepts, but we'll see. And then around here, we'll just kind of breeze through this stuff. Savannah Island, that's just a place. That's just a Savannah Island. Well, I don't know if we'll ever even go there. I just went there when I wanted a little survival vacation, right? I packed up all my stuff, or I left with nothing and just lived on a Savannah Island for a little bit. So I don't know if I'll ever go back. Jungle Valley, that's another really cool spot that I found where I want to build something. Mushroom Island, kind of similar story to the Savannah thing. Don't really know if there's anything I want to do with that. I don't know, we'll see. The Guardian Farm / house for sale. That's very funny. You've probably seen the Guardian Farm. We could try to decorate it, try to make it look cool. I don't know, it could be fun. There's also a house for sale over there. And then, let's see, we've got Mesa Casino. I mean, this is such a huge project. Even trying to simplify it into yellow or red or green is impossible. But we'll call it yellow just because there's been a lot of progress made, but there's still so much to do over there. The Haunted House, kind of similar. Undiscovered Cavern City, that's a cool place. We'll check it out at some point. The Farmy Hall, another place we haven't looked at yet. And then the raid farm, which is pretty much built, but doesn't have any decoration. Oh, end portal chamber. That's true. The like main end portal that I use to get to the end base from here, I want to decorate it. I don't know what to do with that. So anyway, that's it for now. I think there's one more thing I want to add. One more sign I want to add, which is this your world? This is my world. Yes, this is a survival, vanilla survival, Bedrock Edition realm that I've been playing in for about 6 years, which is pretty wild. But there's one more thing I want to put a sign in for, and where is it? I think it's that way, generally. So I'm going to put a sign for it maybe here. Yeah, we'll put a sign for it here. Really amazing. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. And we're going to call this Ghost Town. Or, yeah, we'll just call it Ghost Town. And we're going to do this red. And we'll see how we do on time today. But there's a chance, a good chance, that we might check out the Ghost Town area a little bit today. So we'll see if we get to it. Yeah, so that's that. That's the progress of all this stuff. And so what we're going to work on today mostly is the spider cave. And I want to show that. But before that, I kind of want to get in the habit of just routinely doing a little chore in the village. So I'm going to do one chore before we get into the actual work for the day. We're going to do a chore because that's a good habit to get in. So let us dump all this stuff back into our boxes here. I think that's pretty much everything. This is where the person would say, you can stack torches. And let's just pop all this junk back in here. All right, and don't really need any of that other stuff, so we can dump it in the storage system. So yeah, let's go do just one little chore. I think I'll just do a tree. Because there's like some trees that still need to be done, obviously, and I think that's like a wandering trader. Hello. You pulling your llama into the floor there, bucko. All right, let's dump that stuff. Let's grab some tree making materials. Replenish all of our hotbar stuff. I'm so annoyed with my mouse and keyboard. I updated the Razer app to, I don't know, whatever, 3, I guess, is the new version of the app. And my gosh, it's just... So, yeah, I updated to Synapse 4 or whatever. And it's just, it has made my mouse and keyboard so much less reliable. It's infuriating. But let's grab some dark oak. Let's grab some leaves. And we'll just do a little bit. I really probably only need leaves. Oh no, those are oak leaves. Let's grab some dark oak leaves. Wonderful. I have a chest filter. I've got a crazy storage system here. Yeah, this thing is nuts. All right, so I'm just gonna do one tree so that we can say we did a chore, and then we'll move on to the main event. Little mob farm up here. You can see the light is on, which means we just blended up some mobs there, and all the experience from them will come through the ceiling here when I walk through. Like, you can look at my click axe here in my inventory. It should probably fully repair as we walk through. Yeah, and the axe too. Nice. I love that. All right, we're gonna pick a tree, and we're gonna do a tree, and then we're gonna just do a rough draft of it, and then we'll call it a chore done. So let's do this tree. I think, looking at this, if we're going to turn this tree into one of these weird little witchy, cute kind of pointy trees, do we think that the point should go that way in the same direction, or should it kind of hang over here so that when you're walking through, it creates kind of an archway? And I think I'm leaning towards archway kind of thing. And since this is another little walkway that you can do, I think, yeah, like maybe mostly that way, but like a little bit this way. Let's just try it. Let's just, I mean, with this stuff, with these kind of organic builds, I really just like, I kind of just wing it. Like just start to make some trees and like, I don't know, go over this way. And then like maybe like this. And then just kind of back up and see what it looks like. Like that obviously looks terrible, but that I'm just trying to get a sense for the shapes. We can have it like hanging over a little bit this way maybe. And then let's just try to fill in a little bit of the base of it. I'll remove some of the leaves down at the bottom too, just to make it work a bit better. I'm like kind of low on these leaves. I'm gonna have to do some leaf grinding. And, you know, just something like this. I'm kind of just winging it. I generally like to take off some of the leaves around the outside. Like these trees are a little chonky if you don't thin them out at the base a little bit. So just do kind of like this, take some of these out. And then like maybe add a little bit of that. We'll take a look at this and see how it feels. With stuff like this, what I've really learned with like organics is you just got to try stuff, step back, take a look, see how it looks, see how it feels, and then adjust. And if I were really smart, I would have my camera account in here looking from a distance. And actually, we can do that. Why not? Why the heck not? Let's do it. Okay, so here we go. In theory, I can switch over to my time-lapse cam. Okay. I know I'm not here yet, but if we try to get this guy into the realm, we should hopefully see that Will Outtake has joined the world, and let the world load in for Will Outtake a little bit. If I go like this, all right, yeah, you should be seeing the camera now. And I'll just try to bring this guy over to the village. Hello. This is just a camera account. And by that, I mean just another... I'm just on a different machine here with this guy who mostly just stands there and looks at stuff from a distance. That's kind of his job. We've got the stupid tutorials. And what I really care about is just like this angle. So let's just have this guy stand right here and look at that. And then I just need to make sure that we can get out of here. All right, cool. There's that guy standing right there. And then I can switch back, hopefully. Get the stupid tutorial again. So yeah, here we are. You can see we have our camera account over there. I actually don't want to, I want to hide the titles. I've been wanting to do that. I don't know where that is. Video, hide player, in-game player names. There we go. Yeah, he's much creepier when he's just in the distance. You can't really see him. But so if I get back up here now, you can see, if I switch over to the time, to the camera count, right? You can see it from a distance now. And that makes it a little bit easier to do these details, because I can try stuff and see how it looks in kind of real time. And I think something that I don't love is like the way these leaves here look. Is too bulky or something. And so yeah, we'll just kind of try to thicken it up a bit, just a little bit. I'm not great at making trees. It's not my strong suit at all. But, you know, as long as we get something that's like passable, then I can always come back and change it later. I think this should hang over a little bit more even. It looks kind of silly. I think we actually maybe do need a little bit of thickness in this direction. It feels a little thin over here. It's tough. I'm like I said, I'm not a tree builder. It's not my best skill, but like I think this is not too bad. Thin it out. That's too thin. That's way too thin. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Maybe like that. Get some leaves like this. Maybe like one here. I don't know. I don't love it, but I don't totally hate it. And maybe we could do like, what if we do one more up there like that? Just make it look even more ridiculous. I don't know. This isn't my best tree. But maybe it's all right for now. I could always tweak it. I think it's like okay. I think I'll just I'll add some leaves hanging down, which I like to do with these, which I think add a little bit more, make it like feel slightly less crazy. That's too much. Right, like hang it down a little bit. Yeah, you know, it's not bad. It's okay. My goal with these trees specifically is I want them to look not too far off from the actual normal kind of vanilla dark oak trees, which is why like I'm not doing right, like there's a lot more I could be doing if I wanted to make these like actually good, like actually good custom trees. But instead, I want them to mostly look like the normal vanilla trees with just like a little bit of difference. That's not too bad, honestly. I don't hate it. It looks maybe a little bit, let's switch back to here. It looks a little silly from like this angle, maybe. Maybe it just needs to be kind of, I'm also running out of leaves. Maybe it needs to have some more bits that hang down over here. Just to like a counterweight kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. Ow. That was not what I meant to do. I think it looks all right. Not perfect, but I'll keep tweaking it. And there we go. Chore done. I'm happy with that. Hey, guy. Hey, spooky, creepy guy. I think that's a chore done for today. So I'm good with that. So I'm going to now transition into the next task here, which I'm very excited about. And I guess I'll just go dump this stuff. We can throw our leaves and dark oak stuff into our shulker loading system, which will automatically put those back in the correct boxes. And that's very exciting. And now I want to talk a little bit about what my plan is for the next segment of this stream, basically, which is I have been working on a project called the Spider Cave, which is a spooky, spidery cave area. And we could take a look at it. I just want to let this all load first. I guess I'll actually preemptively, while this is loading, we'll switch back over to this guy and get him out of there. And he can actually show what we're going to be doing next. So over here by the industrial area, there's like this weird little bug where I can't turn all the way. If you have the best of the worlds, why aren't you famous? That's what I'm saying. No, I appreciate that though. That's very kind. I haven't been doing this all this long. I've really only been streaming this world and making shorts and stuff since like the start of this year. So I think that's part of it. Let me actually quickly sleep so that my camera account doesn't die. And let's see. Okay, so right up here, this is where the spider cave is going to be. And basically, oh no, I went the wrong way. I totally went the wrong way. It's over here. It's over here. I got disoriented. So down here and over this way and up here, we have a cave entrance. And this is what is going to be the spider cave, which is going to be a long spidery experience. And basically you walk in here and we have the paths kind of laid out, but there's so much work to do. Basically, you come in here, you walk all along this windy path. And as you're on this path, there's a spider spawner, which you can see right there, that will be loading in spiders and just like dumping tons and tons of spiders, hopefully, into this big chamber at the end. And basically you come, you set your spawn here. There's like a way to return your items to you if you die and all that. It's like very fun. But eventually, as you continue to traverse this spider cavern, eventually you'll end up basically, I want to pick a good angle, but you'll end up basically right here. And once you're right here, you'll see the giant spider right there. And that is the main attraction, or at least the main like kind of physical feature of this place. And that's the goal for today, is to try and build this in the world. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I will see how far we get. We'll see if it actually works. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to. This is also my first time. I'm going to try to record a time lapse. I'm going to try to build something on stream. So I'll take you behind the scenes a little bit of the process. And hopefully I can just go like this. And then great. Now that view is locked in. I can switch back over to the main guy. Wonderful! And hopefully my things are done sorting back away, and they are lovely. You know, I think you don't have good branding. If please don't turn this into a pitch. But I appreciate the the information. I actually, you know, mostly, to be honest, I get most of my views on YouTube. So it's rare to have somebody in the comments on Twitch. So thank you for being here. All right, so now I want to take a little bit of a break from this realm and show something a little bit behind the scenes. So let's take a look at my Spider Design Land creative world. Because, oh, give it a second to load, make sure everything's loading in just fine. I'm also, I think I actually have to kick the... I'm going to log out of the other one as well. Okay, so here we go. This is your last chance. If you're afraid of spiders, which I am, frankly, but I'm doing this project in part to conquer my fears. But if you're afraid of spiders, now's your last chance to look away, to change the channel, because I designed a spider that I think looks pretty good, and I'm about to show it. So get ready. Get ready for a spider jump scare. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1. Ba-ba! Oh, look at that. This is a creative copy of the world, and I think that looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I've been tinkering with this thing for, I mean, honestly, months. I've been like working on this spider cave video in the background for months, and so much of that has just been designing this crazy spider, and I think it looks pretty good. I'm very happy with it. I could probably keep tinkering for months more, but I think this is good enough for now. So what I want to do is I want to take you all behind the curtain a little bit and show what the process is for like getting a build like this that's in a creative copy of the world actually into the survival realm. Nice spider, thank you. So what we're gonna do, this is a creative copy, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're doing a little bit of technical stuff. We're doing some stuff, but this is all vanilla. This is a survival. I mean, not this is a creative copy, but this is all like techniques that you can use in a vanilla survival realm with achievements enabled. You don't need cheats. You don't need any add-ons or anything. Bedrock Edition, you know, with some resource packs and with some, third-party tools, you can do some pretty cool stuff. So what we're going to do here is create a Minecraft structure of this shape. And so the way that I'm going to do that, I'm in a creative copy, so I have commands. So I'm going to give myself, right? You just give command, and then I could write will awake, or I could just do @s, which means me. I'm going to give myself a structure block. And now I have a magical structure block. And what I'm going to do is try to find 2 corners of this thing that will fully capture it. So basically, you can kind of see the outline, right? So if I get my first bit, here or so, it needs to come out more here. And I think, yeah, there's a glass pane there. So we're going to go 1 more block out this way. And then I want to make sure that it's fully captured. And I think that is successfully under everything, which is kind of where I want things to be. And now the question is, how do I go here, this direction? And we have a glass pane here. So did I just happen to do this perfectly? Yes, I did. Amazing. So we put that one there, and then we're going to put another one in the opposite corner. And I think this is the tallest point. So we just need to basically put one of these all the way over here. And I think we might need to go 1 more block over. Yeah. So I'm going to need to clear out some of this dirt and stuff. But basically, we put another structure block there. And now I think, if I've done this correctly, I think these 2 things are perfectly on the corners of the spider. So what I can do now is go into this one and change the mode to corner. Okay, so this one's a corner, and then the other one is the one that we're actually going to use as the structure block. So we go in here and we do detect. Aha! And there it is. It has detected from this structure block to the corner, the other one. And hopefully we've captured the whole spider in here. There's a little something weird going on there, but this is generally pretty nice. And I think what we want to do now is just go through and get rid of these extra blocks that are in here that we don't actually want to be capturing. So anywhere within this structure that's, yeah, like that's not part of the spider, I'm going to get rid of. And I'm going to use just a fill command for that. So I can do basically 10 blocks in every direction. I will replace tough with air. So hopefully this will work. Yeah, nice. So there we go. That section's good. Actually, didn't quite get everything. So we'll do another one here. Perfect. Wonderful. And then let's see. This looks good. Nothing sticking in there. We've got, yeah, no blocks outside the structure. Everything looking pretty good. And then let's get rid of this, all this dirt and grass too. So we'll just get rid of the dirt and we'll get rid of the grass. This is just a creative copy, so the stakes are pretty low here. And that's fully in there. Yep, that's in there. Looks like we've got a little bit of dirt here. I'll just get rid of that manually. Great. So I think this is looking pretty good. If we take a look at our structure block again, there we go. Nothing but spider, which is exactly what we wanted. I don't see there's like torches and stuff. We don't want that. So we'll turn off entities. So we're not going to get any of those. We're just getting the spider in here. And what I'm going to do is save this as spider. And so basically I can just save this. And you can't see this, but it opened a prompt to save this as a file on my computer somewhere. So I'm just saving it as spider.mc structure. All right, I save that. Cool. And now I'm going to take us behind the curtain even further. So I'm going to get out of here. And I'm going to go to my desktop if I can. Bear with me for a moment. Let's see, we can, yeah, sure. Why not? We can get a close up of my Minecraft room here. I'm a little off to the side. Come on, reframe me. There we go. Better? Maybe. All right, so I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna close the map. We don't need to look at that anymore. But if you don't forget, you could always go to Will Awake. Check out the map of the world. And now, if I have done this all correctly, we should have a desktop. There we go. Hey, look at this. Here we are on my desktop. A horrifying place to be. So let's see. So what happens if I do this? Okay, we jump back to Minecraft. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is open up an application called Structura. You can Google it. You can find it. Structura. There's a very useful utility called Structura, which is basically like if you've ever like watched Java Edition players, they talk about what's it called? Oh, what's it called? It'll come to me. I forget the name of it. But basically, let's just give me 1 second here and I will get this going. Yeah, so ta-da, here we go. This is Structura. I know it's tiny, but look at this. I can actually zoom us in a little bit. So yeah, so this is Structura. And basically what you can do with this is you pick a structure file, and then the icon doesn't really matter for my purposes. And then I'm going to do advanced. And so basically I'm going to call the pack name spider, and I'm going to do name tag spider. And so that means that I'm going to have to name tag an armor stand spider. And when I do, I'll be able to see like a ghostly outline of this thing, which then I can use to build it in survival. So I click add model, and there it is now. Oh no, you can't see. You can't see. It's bigger now. So here we are. You click add model, and so you can see now we've got the spider in here. And I'll also click make lists, and that means I'll actually get a full list of all the materials that I need to build this thing too. So that's pretty cool. And then I think if I do, let me just turn this off for 1 second. Let me just do, so if I do make pack, oh, it just does it. Okay, great. So now in the same folder as Structura, we've got a spider MC pack thing. Let me just move these over to a different folder and then we'll look at them. Spider block list. Here we go. Yeah, so ta-da, look at this. We have a full block list of everything that we're going to need. So this will be great. Bunch of, couple stacks of stained glass panes, light gray, a couple stacks of blackstone walls, stack of blackstone stairs, stack of blackstone slabs, not even a stack, less than half a stack. Some polished blackstone, some item frames, that's like for the eyes. A couple black banners, and then we've got a bunch of black wool, some other blackstone stuff. The 2-pointed dripstone for the little spider fangs, slabs, red nether brick. I guess, yeah, there's like that red hourglass on the spider's abdomen kind of thing. And then some glow lichen just for lighting. So this is basically everything we're going to need. So that's what we're going to do now. And the other thing yeah, the other thing is that now I can add this spider MC pack, which also gets created, and you should see import started. And yeah, now if I go to my global resources, we've got a spider. Structura block overlay pack. Lightmatica, that's what it's called, the Java thing. It's like Lightmatica, but for Bedrock Edition. And so now we can activate this. And so I'll have this spider resource pack globally activated. And so there we go, loading. In theory now, if I go back into spider design land, we should be able to figure out exactly where we need to place this armor stand. Oh, I'm not in full screen. There we go. Whew, that was risky, dangerous. And I'll show you exactly how these like Structura things work. So basically what you need to do, and here we are back in the world with the real spider and stuff. If what you can do is get an armor stand and some name tags, and I'm going to get an anvil to rename them. And we're just doing this in creative to kind of test it out and show it. But basically you want to name the name tag spider. Oh, a bat. Oh, I never see bats. Hey, guy. Man, I wish that there was a way to spawn or farm bats. Because, like, Vampire Castle, like, we need to have some way to have bats hanging around. But I don't think there's any way to do it. I think they only like spawn randomly in like pairs in caves. Like, and then once there's 2 bats in the world, that's it. You never get any more bats. It's, man. I wish there were some way. I mean, I could just like name tag them and like keep them somewhere probably, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to get distracted. Let's see. So what we can do is put an armor stand here. And in this world, I have invisible armor stands. So it makes it a little bit more complicated, but you can't see it, but there is an armor stand right here, right? You can see I'm hovering on the block and then I'm hovering on something else. And right, I could put something in its hand, right? But that's just a resource pack. That's a vanilla resource pack. Come on, get out of there. But now if I name it spider, I'm testing this all live, so bear with me if it doesn't work. Is this thing named? Oh gosh, I'm breaking everything. Is the armor stand still here? It is still there. Okay. So maybe just for this, I'll turn off the invisible armor stands resource pack. I think it'll be easier to see what we're doing and actually make it work. So I can just turn off my invisible. These are my resource packs that I have, by the way. It's all just, it's nothing too crazy. I think invisible item frames and invisible armor stands are like the 2 craziest things. But we'll just get rid of that one for now. Cool. So hopefully we'll be able to see this. Great. And now if I name this thing spider, hopefully it'll work. Okay, it's named spider, and it is definitely not working at all. Okay. Is this going to ruin all of my plans? In theory, because it's a global resource pack, it shouldn't. It should work. Right? I have it enabled. And I hope that... Okay, I think I might have to uncheck this option. Because I think this might mean that global resource packs don't apply. So let's try that. Because we'll have to do that in the realm too, I think, if this is the only way to do it. Oh man. It's not working. It's not working. All of my hopes and dreams. Right, it's definitely not working, is it? Spider, okay. So maybe the only way to do it is to actually add it to this world, which would be very annoying because then I might not be able to take a time lapse of it. Okay, yeah, I mean, it says it's... Okay, global packs are applied to all of your worlds. They are deactivated when shared local packs is turned on, but shared local packs is turned off. So it should be on. Let's just try. We're stuck in menus. We're stuck in menus. Let's try removing it from global and adding it just to the world just to see if that works. Because if it does, I'm going to be annoyed. But it might let us make a little bit of progress at least. So let's try adding the spider thing. There it is. Oh, maybe was it there all along and I just didn't look to the left? So there's the spider. It's sticking out. It's in the wrong place, obviously. But we can try to figure out where it should be, right? Here's our transparent spider ghost image thing, which is what we'll use to help us build it in the actual realm. But the fact that I had to do that is not ideal. So let's try again. Maybe it was just a fluke. I'm going to remove it from this. The reason I'm doing this, the reason I care about adding it to the world versus as a global thing, is because I want to be able to see the ghost shape while I'm building the spider in the survival world, but I don't want the camera account watching me to be able to see it, right? So let's try this. That option's off. I'm going to then add it back as global. This must be such stimulating content for all of you. Okay, we got it added. In theory, everybody cross your fingers. Will it work? It definitely is not working. It definitely is not working. Man, I wonder if it's like one of the other resource packs I have. Like maybe I'll try. I'm just going to debug a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm debugging live. I should have tested this. I just really didn't think it was going to be that much of an issue. So maybe maybe if I remove the, I don't even know, markers pack, that deals with armor stands. I'm just going to remove everything from this world because I don't really need any of it for this world. And in theory, spider should be global. It should be there. This thing's turned off. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, it's there. Okay, awesome. So I think maybe it's the, if I had to guess, I think it's probably the markers pack because that does some stuff with armor stands. So this is progress. Thank goodness. Okay, so what we need to do now is figure out where exactly this armor stand needs to be placed. And I think, looking at this, it needs to go back this way quite a bit and like over this way a little bit and then only up like maybe one block. So let's try like, I mean, in theory, it should be... I have no idea the rhyme or reason behind where these things get placed. I guess it should be like... I guess it's the back of the spider. It's basically the back of the spider. So maybe it goes right here. Like maybe it goes right on top of this. So let's do that. See? Almost. Right? You can see it's off by... It's only off by 2 blocks. Okay, so basically it'll have to go right here, I think. And then in theory, it should be overlapping perfectly. And it looks like it is. The fact that you can't see it is good. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is just note down the coordinates of this spot, which I think, I forget that there's like a hotkey for it. But what is it? What is the hotkey? I don't know. So I'm just going to turn the coordinates on. All right, everybody remember, it's -445 5916. I'm gonna write that down. Minus 445. What was it? Minus 445, 5916. 5916. Wonderful. Okay, great. We're doing some behind the scenes stuff today. All right, cool. So I think we're good in the creative world now, because what I need to do now that I have that resource pack applied globally, I need to go into the realm, and I think I'm going to need to remove the markers pack. I'm guessing it was that one. And then I definitely need to uncheck this, which of course, I don't know why it looks different on a realm, but I don't know. We'll see. So hopefully now, if we can get an armor stand into that exact same spot, we'll get a ghost of our spider and we'll get to start building it. And that is the plan. That's the plan. BRB for just 1 second while we load in here. All right, we're back. And we're back here, and hopefully, and let's just gather all these materials that we need. So we obviously need an armor stand and a name tag, but we also need all this stuff. So let's see, we should have most of it. I'm just going to grab it all. We need light gray stained glass panes, 2 stacks or so. So I'll just grab 2 stacks of this. Let's fill in that. Why not? Okay, we'll grab 2 stacks of that. We need polished blackstone walls. Do I have blackstone? Where's my blackstone? Anybody see any blackstone? That's basalt. Blackstone. Oh, wow. So much blackstone. Nice. Okay, we need basically 1.5 stacks of this. Should be plenty. And we need those in wall form, in polished wall form. So we'll use our stone cutter. Polished walls. Wonderful. I'm going to get more than I need. You know, it's fine. And then we need, let's see. And I'll throw all these into this as we're going. We need polished blackstone stairs. How many? 22 of them. Let's get, you know, that many. Sure. We'll get some buffer just in case. It's fine. And then what are those? Stairs? Yeah, polished blackstone stairs. Nice. And then we need polished blackstone slabs. I should have been grabbing these all at the same time. And of these, we need basically 1/2 stack. So let me get those. And these are going in. Oh, right. We actually only need like this many because for slabs, you get double. So we'll grab polished blackstone slab. Wonderful. And then polished blackstone itself, we need 7 of them. So let's just get a bunch here. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, what's next? Item frames. Handful of item frames. Sure, great, wonderful. We need banners, black banners. Do I have any? I have a banner thing somewhere. Sure, a couple of black banners. Wonderful. I'll only get 2 of those. That's fine. And then, let's see. Blackstone walls. Just normal blackstone. I'll just get a bunch of this. Blackstone walls, we only need 5 of them. So I'm just going to get some extra. Black wool, 147 black wool. which is how many stacks do we think? Doesn't really matter. We've got plenty. I'll grab 3 stacks. Is that enough? 64 would be 120. Yeah, 3 stacks should be fine. Blackstone itself, we need 8. So great. Pointed dripstone, we need 2. I think we have dripstone over here. Grab, okay, we don't have, okay, we have more down here. That should be fine. And then, let's see. Red nether brick and red nether brick walls. Oh, okay, I think we have a, oh, I need blackstone slabs. I skipped over that. Blackstone slab, we need 23 of them. Red nether brick, we need 3 red nether brick and a couple of red nether brick walls. We'll just grab that and we'll grab some walls and we'll grab some, we'll make some blackstone stairs. Only 1 apparently. That's kind of impressive. Make a few extra just in case. And then glow lichen. I think I have glow lichen here. Great. And then polished blackstone pressure plate. And then I think we're done. Polished blackstone pressure plate. How do you make those? Do you have to make polished blackstone and then craft it into a pressure plate? Yes. Oh, I guess I only need, oh, I need 2 of them. I need 2 of them. All right, I'm just looking at my list of items here. And here we go. Pretty much everything we need. I'll dump some of this stuff back in there. And I think this is pretty much everything we need. All right, hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. Obviously, I'll get an armor stand and name tags. I'll grab, if we do it right, we should only need 1 name tag. So that's what I'm gonna try it. 1 name tag, 1 armor stand. And we just need to name it Spider. Spider. And now, if I've done this all correctly, which I hope I have, we can take all this stuff to that one spot, that exact spot in the spider cave, and then we can get going. And I'm going to try and build this spider. And we'll do it layer by layer. And I think it'll be fun. I'm going to grab some extra scaffolding. Do I have scaffolding somewhere? I guess I have a ton of scaffolding here. Grab a bunch of scaffolding. My mouse and keyboard are driving me bonkers. Okay, so basically, where's that spider going? That's the, oh, the other thing I forgot is I'm going to need to mine out some of this area. I can kind of just do it as it goes, I think, and it'll be all right. But we want to head to, I'm going to turn the coordinates on. This is not a cheat thing. This is a top level option that you can still have achievements on while turning coordinates on. And we're going to 16 in this direction. Is that right? There's no way. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong side. I'm in the completely wrong place. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to 445. Wonderful. 445. I guess I don't know what this scaffolding's all about, but we're going to 59, so I went a little too high, actually. All right, so right here, in theory, somewhere right around here, 16. Yeah, that's where I'm standing. So I need to face this way. I'll put a torch here. I need to face this way, put in the armor stand, name it Spider. And do we see a giant spider? We don't see the giant spider. It must be a different resource pack that's causing the issues. So I guess I'll mess around with it a little bit more. Try to remove other ones that I'm suspicious of. Because I've got this off. I mean, it could be this one. Probably is. Could be this one. That one has issues sometimes. But like surely then it'll be fine. And then global resources. So global resources will be on the very bottom. Just to be expected, I guess. All right, let's see. Is it going to work? Please work. Please work. Please work. If it doesn't work, then this stream is just going to be a failure. But I'm hopeful. I mean, it worked in the other world, so I'm hopeful it'll work on this one too. Please, please be a giant spider. Come on. Come on. Moment of truth. No, this is not good. Okay, I mean, the only other thing I can think of is I'm going to try to remove every other resource pack. I'll add them all back in later. But if this actually isn't going to work, this might be a failure. The fact that I'm wondering if like the fact that it's a realm maybe is making it different or like behave differently. All right, I'm deactivating all of them. Maybe it's the smaller shield thing. I don't know. Global resources, just global resources. Deactivating everything. All right, come on. This is either going to work or it's not, and this is going to be a failure. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Please. Please work. No. No, my plans, all of my plans. Okay, well that's very unfortunate. I'm gonna have to do some more testing, clearly. Let me just put my... Yeah, like it doesn't even show it. I mean, I could add it here, but then it'll be in the realm globally, and that's not what I want. I mean, well, let's try this, I guess, because maybe I can add it to the realm here, but with that download optional resource packs disabled thing. And then like maybe... Okay, I mean, will it show up, I guess is the first question. But if there's no way to get the spider to not show up in the camera account, then this plan is a bust. If it doesn't even show up now, then like I don't even know what to say. Okay, so there it is. So it did show up like that. But then if we switch over to the camera account, here we are. If I switch over here, can I join this without downloading? Okay. Oh, interesting. So it says the owner of this world requires players to download all resource packs, which is not the way it's supposed to be. Like that's not, man, I'm just debugging live. This is so annoying. I wonder if like, anybody have any smart ideas here? Can I do this? I mean, advanced. No, it's not right. It should be here and it should be right there. And I have it unchecked, but it clearly isn't doing it. The only other thing I can think is like maybe if I download the world, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some tinkering. This is a little bit of a disaster, unfortunately, but that's okay. At least we made a tree. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna call it there then. I'm gonna have to do some tinkering. I'll stream again soon once I'm able to get this actually working correctly. But clearly that's not gonna happen right now, which is unfortunate. I really thought that this was gonna work. Yeah, I mean, there's that spider. But I guess what we'll do then is just head on out. And I don't have any of my resource packs on, so we're probably gonna see some weird stuff. Yep, like all these item frames here. Man, it's laggy too. Well, there you go. Sometimes this is the whole point of this stream was for a lesson in how things don't always go exactly the way that you plan them to. You know, hopefully you learned a little something. I mean, the structure stuff is very useful. I think like I'll need to do some more tinkering and figuring out how exactly to make it work in this world in a way that it will also allow me to record a time lapse. But like, that's not a normal person problem, really. So, yeah, I mean, you saw how we were able to get the ghost outline in there. Like, there's some things you can do to make it easier to build, and that's a cool thing. And yeah, my plan didn't work, so I think we're just gonna call it there. And I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna fly out. And thanks for joining. You know, short stream today. I'll be back soon and do a longer one. Hopefully I can figure this out. If not, there's plenty of other fun stuff that we can do. So thanks for joining. Appreciate the questions and the thoughts and stuff, and see you next time.